All right, and yeehaw from Texas.
Hey everyone, this is Nate from Geezer Skate, and in this episode, we're talking Pro Design pads and Wild Bill Walker. Before we get into the episode, if you could hit that subscribe button, give us a like, comment, maybe check out some of the merch we got down in the link below. Support the channel by doing one of those things. We really appreciate it. And now let's get into the episode. Pro Design pads, made here in Texas, actually a little bit south of here. We're at the John Comer Memorial Skate Park in Garland right now, but these pads were made down in Houston by the one and only Wild Bill Walker. Sadly, Wild Bill passed away earlier this year, and unfortunately probably the company will close down because the company was pretty much Wild Bill. He did it all himself, which is amazing when you look at these things. These pads are all made by hand. He, did it all either hand sewing or using, an industrial sewing machine. But he did everything himself, which is just amazing when you look at how well built these pads are. But a little history about Pro Design. They started in the mid-'80s, I believe 1986 to be exact.
The Wild Bill name came during the days when I used to drive trucks. And everybody was given a name, and I had 3 W's in my name, so they called me WW, or W. And so they thought this isn't going to work, and I was making some racket one time, yelling at some people going, "Yeehaw," and they said, "That's it. That's your name, Wild Bill." And it's stuck ever since.
61492. So how long has that name been active for you?
As long as I've been in business. Actually longer.
How long has Pro Design been in business?
Officially since 1986.
Wow, 30 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Keeping a lot of skaters skating.
Yeah, man. Well, that's how
making it happen, staying active at the contest, making the public appearances. I saw those ladies hugging you a moment ago.
One of many.
I mean, wow. Must be cool being a celebrity.
That comes with the territory. Comes with the territory.
All right, so any last words, anyone you'd like to thank? Any comments about skateboarding?
Well, certainly I would like to thank God, of course, and my family, and all my factory riders, and all those that have contributed some of the ideas towards the development of my company products. And I was also, I did my own contributions as well as I do all the time, but the contribution is just not from just solely those people, but it's really from everyone. So it's helpful to have everyone involved in helping me out, so that way, I can help y'all to continue to do what y'all love to do for as long as humanly possible. I'm thinking I'm going to extend the time out for you guys. Instead of 90, skating to your 90, maybe 900 years old. Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Wild Bill.
All right, man. Thank you.
We enjoyed it. Make sure to go to prodesigned.com. Check out the latest pads and call Wild Bill at 713-957-0341.
Right on. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. All right. Yeah, man. Get wild.
Wild Bill was involved in the skateboard community and the roller skate or quad skate community for years, since since Texas skating began. And he outfitted all the best pros, from Texas, California, everybody. If you wanted the best pads, you wore Pro Design. They are known for their quality. These pads are thick, they're burly. I mean, you could probably stop a tank with these things. They are so well made, so thick. I mean, you can fall down concrete, asphalt, wood, whatever. These things are going to keep you from getting injured. And as we all age, you know how important that is to keep your body in its best of shape as possible so you can keep skating as long as possible. And that's what Pro Design pads do. They keep you safe. Wild Bill, like I was saying, he was a character. He was one of a kind. His catchphrase was "Yeehaw!"
Yeehaw, man. Yeehaw from Texas. Yeehaw from Texas.
In fact, you'll see that in some of the clips I'm going to share here. Thanks to Houston Skateboards for sharing these clips. They've worked together on a lot of things. Looks like they had a great relationship. Cool thing about, Pro Design, so all of these are made to measure. So you would order a set online, you would send in your measurements, and then you'd have a phone call with Wild Bill directly, and he would talk to you about, you know, what kind of skating you do, what kind of, you know, what your style is and everything. And so that way, you know, he would design the pads to fit your style. So that way, you know, whatever you were, whether you're an aggressive vert skater, street skater, park, you know, whatever kind of skater you are, you know, he would design the pads that would be best for the kind of skating that you do, which was awesome. And a phone call with Wild Bill, if you've never had the opportunity to have one, it was such an amazing thing. In fact, I wish I had recorded some of the phone calls we had. And one thing to note too, and anybody who had a phone call with Wild Bill can attest to this, they were not a short call. You pretty much had to set aside at least an hour, because you would be on the phone, and you know, once you got done talking about your pads, I mean, he would go off onto all kinds of tangents. And you know, the cool thing is you know, he was genuinely interested in you as a person. So for example, myself, once he found out that I'm a photographer and that I teach photography, he wanted to know all about that. He had a huge interest in photography and teaching, and so, you know, it was really cool just, you know, getting to know him more, and you know, telling him about myself. You know, I'm just a nobody, but you know, and you know, the crazy thing is, you know, I mean, this guy, you know, he's designed pads for Tony Hawk.
Woo! This is Wild Bill Walker, president of Pro Design Incorporated. These are the same elbow pads that Tony Hawk did the 900 with in 1999. Check it out, man. Get you a pair. All right.
Craig Johnson, John Gibson, Wade Speyer, Christian Hosoi. You know, just some of the best names in skateboarding, and yet, you know, he took the time out to, you know, talk to, you know, just random people like myself. You know, I'm a nobody, but, you know, he made me feel, you know, like I was the most important skater in the world, you know, at that moment, which, you know, I think is, you know, a true testament to the kind of person he was. And, you know, he just had a zest for life. Besides skaters, you know, he outfitted the quad skate community, roller derby teams. You know, he was big into all of this. He just had a heart for the community. Whether you rolled on 4 wheels or 8 wheels, he was all about it, as long as, you know, you were padding up and, you know, protecting yourself so you could keep on skating. So a little bit about these pads here. Like I said, you know, these are incredibly well made. This is the elbow pad here, and so slide it onto your elbow like there, and you've got your 2 Velcro straps that keep them nice and tight in place there. You know, his Pro Design branding is, you know, prominent on all of these. You know, he was very proud of his product, and he should be. You know, these are all incredible. The wrist guards, these are the best wrist guards in the business. Even skaters who don't wear any of the other pads of his will pretty much always wear the Pro Designed wrist guards. They swear by them, and I can see why. I mean, this here, this plastic, I forget exactly what kind of plastic he said. I think he might have said it was medical grade plastic, like, you know, this is what they would put in, you know, to protect your skull or something like that after you've had a head injury or something like that. I mean, this plastic is strong. This is made to last, made to take all kinds of falls. These wrist guards are made to take serious abuse and keep on going. So definitely awesome wrist guards. I love these things. They have definitely saved me on a number of falls here. And then the knee pads. Now the knee pads are very bulky compared to, you know, a lot of other brands. So I know, you know, some people don't like that about these, you know, knee pads here. I do. I love these things. You know, I've, you know, taken some spills and, you know, gone down to my knees like this. And, you know, other than just the physical jarring of hitting the ground, you know, no other issues, no pain at all. These things are great. They have an open back system, meaning, you know, you can just put them around your knee and they, you know, just clasp them together with the Velcro. I love that. So, you know, you can, you know, you don't have to slide, you know, like other brands, you know, they've got, you know, a closed back system, so you have to slide them up over, you know, your pants if you're wearing, you know, skating in the winter time or something like that. These, you know, go much easier over pants if you're skating in winter. So I love the open back design here. And then this particular model here has an extra third, they call it the 1 1/3 cap here. So these are made for, you know, vert or pool applications. Plus, you know, since I'm a bigger guy, it covers more of my leg area. So, you know, I really appreciate that here. Plus, these are the same style that Craig Johnson wore. So I feel like, you know, maybe if I wear these, I can skate as good as Craig. Just, you know, these are great pads. Buying a set of Pro Design pads, you know, was a process. Like I said, you know, you had, you know, at least 1 to 2 phone calls with Wild Bill before, you know, he would start working on your order, just to make sure he got it exactly right. He wanted, you know, he was a perfectionist, which I really appreciate. You know, as someone, you know, who has a freelance business, I can appreciate, you know, perfection and taking pride in your work. And he definitely did that. So all of these, you know, like I said, were handmade. When you bought a set of Pro Design pads, you know, besides the long phone calls with Bill, you had a long wait time. So my wife bought these for me for Christmas a couple years ago. We, you know, ordered them in December. I think I got these in April or May of the following year. So it was, you know, 5 to 6 months after initial order there that I finally got them. So, you know, Pro Design pads are an investment of time, care, craftsmanship, and also, you know, they're not cheap. You know, there's a lot of other pads, you know, you can get, you know, just right off the shelf, you know, that are far cheaper. But, you know, are they going to last you like these? I don't think so. Are they going to keep you as safe as these do? All I know is that, you know, I've had a set of ProTech pads before this that, you know, were trashed, especially my wrist guards. And, you know, these so far in the 2 years that I've had them have, you know, just been awesome. You know, they hardly have any wear or scratches on them. You know, maybe I should be skating more, but, you know, these are great. I love these pads, highly recommend them. Sadly, since Bill has passed, I don't know what's going to happen with the company. I don't know if he left anybody in charge to, you know, continue on with his legacy, or if the brand will just fade out with him when the last bit of wrist guards, because he did have, you know, made a surplus of wrist guards and elbow pads that, you know, you can find in select shops that carry them. And so, you know, you might be lucky enough to find them in a shop somewhere, and if you do, buy them, you know, because once they're gone, my fear is that they're probably gone for good. So take advantage when you find them, get yourself a set, and give Wild Bill one final yeehaw! Thanks for watching this episode of Geezer Skate Co. talking about Pro Design pads. If you have any crazy Wild Bill stories or stories about your own Pro Design pads, please leave us a comment below and let us know your experience. Till next time, keep skating, stop aging.